What's up, everybody? This is Alex Kelly back here with another episode of the Furloughed Film Talks podcast, virtually with my brother Ryan.
What's up, everybody? What's up, man?
How are you, buddy?
I'm good, dude. Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
second day of a new job,
I
and
was about to say, do you have any news that you want to share with the people?
no, I just got a new job. I'm far less stressed. It's hopefully gonna be a good change for the better. So
But
very happy.
you have an official wedding date.
Oh, I do, yes, but I'm not gonna announce that on a live show. That'd be
I,
silly.
I won't.
Plus my oh yeah, I'm just speaking of wedding and everything. My fiance would wish that I said hello to all of our fans. So
Ah,
Marina, hello to everybody.
she's gonna bust the door down and just be like, "I didn't say that."
She 100%
Uh,
said that like 10 minutes ago to
um,
our all 15 of our listeners.
to
Hello.
Vinny, and the other three people.
I have to say though, we get the little email every Monday of like how many downloads we got the previous week.
Yeah,
I would just like to say a warm thank you to the 10 to 15 people that consistently listen to our show. I
every
appreciate.
week, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean we never get below 10. We
Yeah,
never get above 20. So I mean, I'm not going to complain because
no,
this is what it is, but
steady growth.
I appreciate the consistency of our fan base.
Yes. No, but back to the wedding stuff because I'm gonna belabor this point.
Okay.
Um,
This is 100% not our demographic, bro.
I don't
Talking
give a
about my
shit.
wedding.
No, because it does go into the furloughed film talks world. You
Hmm.
had mentioned to me a couple weeks ago that we might get about an hour of time at the venue a couple
Hmm.
days before the wedding. Is
Potentially.
is that in the contract?
I'll have to check. I don't have the 10-page contract memorized, but I'll have to check.
Ryan,
Yeah.
all I give a shit about is how this benefits furloughed film talks. All
Oh,
right.
I understand.
I
I
don't care
mean,
about your wedding.
we could do like a rehearsal slash podcast duo. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure all of my guests will wait as we record a podcast in the man cave before our rehearsal.
Yeah. Just provide them with copious amounts of margaritas and everything will be fine.
Yeah. I'm sure the staff's gonna be drinking.
Yeah.
Uh
Oh, you mean the staff? I meant our family.
oh, right. Yeah. Oh, by the way, there is a like literally in the contract, it says that in the man cave we can only have beer and wine, no hard liquor, so that everyone is vertical for the actual ceremony.
I
Looking at you, bro.
I don't you know me. I don't freaking drink. Fuck this. I don't fucking drink hard liquor. It's beer for me and beer only.
Okay. Well, and we're also gonna have to like limit the number of accessible Yinglings in the man cave prior to the ceremony.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you get two. You get two before the wedding.
Lick my ass and call me Sally. I will have
You will
7.
have no.
Well,
You
hold
will
on,
have
hold on, hold on. I say that. No, I want to be coherent to watch that moment. After
yeah
the fact, all bets are off.
yeah. You're gonna have a 5 hour fucking reception to drink yourself into a stupor. Okay.
Five
Um.
hours?
Yeah.
What the Okay, fuck it. All right. I
Yeah.
won't
I
be
think we're hoping to do the ceremony at like 4:35, and then we have until like midnight.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's
So
gonna be
you
a
can
good time.
get fucking wasted, and then hopefully
Woo!
we're gonna get rooms at the Omni Frisco at the PGA headquarters.
Hmm.
We're hoping that will open in time for the wedding.
When's that supposed to open?
This is spring 2023, so we're hoping by May it'll be open.
Yeah, the prices might still be fucking high.
I don't know. Fuck.
Fuck. Fuck it. Wedding talk here on Furloughed Film Talks. Everybody, I appreciate you guys. All 10 of you to 15, however many people, fuck it. We don't care. Thank you guys for checking out this episode. I'm seeing an ad right now for the new Bros movie, which I'm not super stoked on. But if you want to go check that out, go check it out.
Is that the Uber?
Yes. Thank you. Let me cut that off right there.
I feel like we should like have a bet, and the loser has to go see that movie by themselves.
Oh, I'm 100% down for that.
Okay.
What's the bet?
I don't know. It has to be something that's like that we have control over. It can't be like over a game or something. It has to be like
No, but I think that's more fun. Like that's because like both of us will strive hardcore to not have to see that movie. We have to put it on something that like
that we don't have any like direct influence over.
yeah.
Okay, but what can we do? Can we do a college football game?
Yeah, we'd have to do something that is like a true toss up. It can't be something that's like,
Yes.
oh, hold on, let me
So it can't be Clemson, Wake Forest,
no that and watch this.
Arkansas, Texas A&M.
Yes, I'll take
Okay,
A&M.
you'll take A&M.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, you take Arkansas.
I'll take Arkansas.
All right, so whoever's team loses has to go see Bros
Hold on, wait. Let me see what the
by themselves in booty shorts.
yeah. Hold on. It's
You
Texas.
almost said yes.
No. It's Texas A&M minus 2.0. So that's pretty even,
That's
right?
very even, and
That's under a field goal.
they're even teams. Like Arkansas's got a really good like he's like 6'8", 6'9" quarterback. Dude's ridiculous. And A&M's quarterback King is not great, but their defense is stout. So like, yeah, that's
Okay.
awesome.
Okay. If we like who the loser, do they truly have to go by themselves, or can their significant other go with them?
This is more a question than anything.
Uh-huh.
Would Marina go see that with you?
I don't know. But I think you
Better
should have
yet,
to
better bet.
okay.
If A&M loses, I have to go see Bros with Alexis. If Arkansas loses, you have to go see Smile, and Marina has to go.
She would murder me, bro.
I know.
She would straight kick me out of my home and hand me back the ring.
Here.
Yeah. No.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, significant others can go with.
No. I think you have to go by yourself.
Mm.
I think you have to go by yourself, and you have to wear a tank top.
And you have to take pictures, and we have to post it to social media.
Okay. All right. Is that the final?
Yes.
Okay.
Right there.
All right. Loser, and we're not going on the line. It's just straight up win or lose.
Yeah, win or loser does not mean spread does not matter. Whoever
spread
wins
doesn't matter, and loser goes see Bros by themselves wearing a tank top. It has to have photographic.
Oh, in a tank top.
Yeah, you have to wear a tank top.
All right, I'm so down for this.
You have to wear something gay, but not something so gay that you like, like make small children, uncomfortable as you're walking through
in the Cinemark that you go to.
Yeah, you have to wear a tank top, and you have to have photographic evidence of you finishing the movie,
of the ticket, and like the end credits.
Yeah.
There's so many layers I want to add on to this now.
No. We stop it there. Virtual handshake.
I really want to be like, you have to go see it. I want you to be like,
it's like you're just jacking yourself up.
Like in Bros.
Yeah.
Two bros jacking each other up. No, I really want you to like have to go see Netflix now.
Fuck no. Oh, okay. Should we add that layer to the winner gets to pick what theater the loser goes and sees it at?
Within a, I'll say 15-mile radius.
Okay, done. Okay.
Because like if it was anywhere, I would send you to fucking Flicks.
Right, and I would
that
send
would not
you
be fair.
To like any theater in Oaklawn.
I'll be down for that. Fuck that. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
You'd
go
be
see Bros at Texas Theater.
They're not gonna show it at Texas Theater, bro.
I'm looking that up now. But yeah, look forward to this bet payoff here on the Furloughed Film Talks podcast. You'll be able to check that out
That'll be fun.
Instagram at Furloughed Film Talks and on Twitter at Furloughed Film. That's gonna be a hoot nanny of a time.
I'm gonna be watching the game Saturday night, and Marina's parents are gonna be like, "What the fuck is happening?"
I'm pretty sure that's a day game.
It's 6 p.m.
They put that at fucking 6.
Yeah.
That's usually a day
on ESPN.
Because I used to go to that game with the Pains.
Wow. Yeah, it's at AT&T Stadium, right?
Yeah, it's been at AT&T Stadium for over a decade now. Because it used to be the like Southwest Classic before A&M was
Mhm.
in the SEC, and then they had to change up everything. But it's a fun game, dude. It's a really, really good time. And it's awesome that both of them are ranked. Arkansas is number 10. So maybe I backed the wrong horse here on this bros bet.
It's pretty even.
It's literally a bros bet. So
This is
uh,
true.
God, I hope I don't have to go see that fucking movie. Holy shit. We got two things to talk about today. In a minute, we will harp on the last two episodes of House of the Dragon on HBO Max, the Game of Thrones spinoff. We'll spend a little bit of time on last week's episode, but we'll spend most of our time on this week's episode because the action has been cranked up tenfold. Shit's getting real. All the actresses that have been basically told to us that they were going to get replaced. This was their last episode. So we'll get into all that craziness here in a minute on the George R.R. Martin show story. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a show. It's a TV show.
Yeah. So we'll get to that in a second. But first, we have been neglecting a story that has been just all over the place the last couple of weeks. It started back in 2019, really blew up with a spit heard around the world. We are, of course, talking about the movie that comes out this Friday in your local cinemas. If you are a crazy cinephile, you can see it Thursday night or tomorrow night because this episode will come out on Wednesday. We're talking about what movie, Ryan?
Don't worry, darling.
Bitch, you better be worrying because this movie has been all over the place. Currently sitting at I'm pretty sure a 36% on Rotten Tomatoes. Holy hell, this was a movie that both of us were looking forward to.
Wait, can I just interrupt you real quick? Guess what?
No.
Okay, don't look at your screen. Guess what Bros has on Rotten Tomatoes?
The Woman King has gotten like a 95. I'm not hopeful right now, so 87.
94.
God.
Anyways, yeah, the Woman King is baffling to me, actually.
The director of Forgetting Sarah Marshall did Bros, so maybe there are some legitimate laughs, but ending a trailer where it was like, hey, y'all remember Straight People? They had a good run. Go fuck yourself. Like,
yeah, some really, really bad
whatever.
Shit. But whatever.
Yeah. One of us will be forced to go see that.
Woman King legitimately has a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. 99% audience score. That's
Sorry, go.
No, go ahead.
This might be the opposite, like, of the Dark Phoenix effect, where the Rotten Tomatoes score is so high, I just have to go see it.
Mm-hmm.
The Dark Phoenix effect to me was like, it's so low, I have to go see it.
Yeah, you have to go see why it's so bad.
Yeah, I really might have to check that one out. I haven't been to a movie in probably 3-ish weeks. Like, I haven't been to it in a minute.
Last thing I saw was 3,000 Years of Longing. It's probably yeah.
So I'm gonna.
All right, House of the Dragon. Let's kick back into that.
No, don't worry, darling.
My bad. Don't worry, darling. Okay,
Ryan's just ready to get into dragon talk.
Yeah, I'm ready to like just bash episode 4 and then like just spray my praise all over episode 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Shut the fuck up. Okay. Yeah. So don't worry, darling. Do we want to run through like all the highlights of the drama that dates back to July of 2019?
I think we need to really focus on. No, let's start at the beginning because my brain would be like, let's start with like the shit that just happened. But
yeah, everything happened in Venice.
We really kind of need to set up why everything in Venice was so crazy.
Okay, I will just like do the quick hits and then we'll like we'll give the context and we'll like stop right before everything that happened at the Venice Film Festival.
Yeah.
So, all right. Movies announced in July 2019. This is going to be Olivia Wilde's second movie after Booksmart. Is that right?
Hmm.
Okay. April 2020, Shia LaBeouf and Florence Pugh are announced as the film's leads. Great. Okay. September 11th, Harry Styles takes over for Shia LaBeouf. This is in the wake of Shia LaBeouf's whole shit show of abuse and blah blah blah, whatever.
Just being a general crazy guy.
Yeah.
What Smart
Okay.
was her first feature.
Right. Okay. November 2020, Olivia Wilde says she did a little victory dance when Harry Styles was signed on for the film. Okay. Now we're at December 24th, 2020. People confirms that Olivia Wilde fired Shia LaBeouf. The story was that Wilde had fired LaBeouf from Don't Worry Darling, despite previous reports that the actor left due to a scheduling conflict. Reported the firing revelation article in LaBeouf's career following the lawsuit his ex-girlfriend, FKA Twigs, filed against him. Barnett accused the actor of sexually and physically assaulting and battering her and knowingly giving her a sexually transmitted disease in a lawsuit filed on December 11, 2020. Reports pointed out that Shia LaBeouf denied all these allegations. Right. Okay. Jan 5th, 2021. Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles are photographed holding hands. This is when the rumors of their, fucking little fling comes out. Which let's put a bookmark there and just let's just kind of I'll just point out and then we'll move on. We can touch on this later. It's kind of fucking weird that Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles are a thing. A and B, Olivia Wilde can lick every square inch of my asshole for fucking over Jason Sudeikis. Jason Sudeikis is like God's grace on earth, and Olivia Wilde did him dirty, and I am not gonna put up with it.
I had no idea where you were going with that when I heard licking your asshole.
Every square inch.
And yes, thank you for clarifying what inches he.
Right. Okay, moving on. February 4th, 2021. Olivia Wilde says she has a no asshole policy after firing Shia LaBeouf.
Maybe not with Ryan, I guess, but we'll see.
Weird that, it's kind of looks like Harry Styles might be a fucking asshole. All right, moving on. February 15th, 2021. Don't Worry Darling filming wraps. All right. December 2021. Olivia Wilde discusses highlighting female pleasure in the film. I'm not even going to touch that one. April 27th, 2022, Olivia Wilde is served custody papers while promoting Don't Worry Darling at CinemaCon.
And this is where we need to take a hard cut right here.
Okay, just to talk about how fucking awesome that is?
Not that. More of a... Was it not speculated that they got divorced because she was like sleeping with Harry Styles?
Yeah.
And so while she is like promoting the movie at CinemaCon, she's basically served papers. Now, some people had been pissed at Sudeikis for that. They had been like, why did he do it at that moment? And it's like,
but
dude, I gave that off. Had no control over that. And it was like, it was just this very odd moment of maybe there should have been better security at CinemaCon to where some guy could like serve her fucking papers there. Like, that's a terrible look.
But to be fair,
this weird confluence of shit where you had probably done something with this guy you were directing and acting with, and now all of a sudden the movie that you did this with him at, you're now getting served papers for while you're promoting. Like, that's insanity. Like, that's wild fucking shit.
That's like beautiful cosmic karma, just like coming out in the full force. Another thing that I hadn't thought of, but like it would be, I think it's a funny thing to consider. Just imagine if like for whatever reason, Olivia Wilde really pissed off Lorne Michaels for fucking over his boy Jason Sudeikis, and this is somehow this one huge fucking SNL skit that's playing out, like orchestrated by Lorne Michaels.
I could totally see him doing that, and then it just ending with like, live in New York, it's Saturday night. And she's just like, what the fuck?
He's got all the connections and like he's one of the most powerful people in Hollywood. Like,
Yeah.
anyways, okay, yeah, no, that shit's crazy. That it's pure karma, and yeah, it's hysterical that anyone was able to like pull off serving her papers
Walk
in the
up to the
middle of a
fucking stage.
speech. Yeah, in the
It's
middle of like a
insane.
speech, and I'm pretty sure it was like being streamed or televised, like whole 9 yards, right?
Well, maybe not streamed, but like there were multiple journalists in the audience just like live tweeting the shit out of it. So like,
Right.
people knew in the moment what was happening.
So yeah, that's I mean, I found it I like a lot of people were really pissed off about it, but I think it's hilarious.
They just didn't know what was going on in that moment. But to me, it was like, oh, Jesus Christ. All right.
Well,
Like
and
that's
like people
happening.
thought it was just disrespectful, like that you're, taking away from her moment. But like if you read just into it at all, it seems like she kind of had it coming. Um, okay, July 21st, 2022. Olivia Wilde praises Florence Pugh on Instagram. She says on Instagram, "Watch this woman work was such a fucking thrill. Cannot wait to show you more." And with a picture of her watching, dailies, I guess, on set.
I mean, well, it's yeah, those are probably dailies.
Well, or she's just watching playbacks.
Yeah,
Anyways, August
we
16th,
know the
20.
terms.
Yeah, we do. We're fucking filmmakers. August 16th, 2022. Florence Pugh says, "Don't worry, darling, it shouldn't be reduced to sex scenes." Okay. I mean, that's weird that you have to like say
Preface
that.
this entire
But
fucking movie. Yeah,
that's odd. Okay, August 24th, 2022. We're getting real close to like the whole Venice Film
the
Festival.
shit going down at this point.
Yeah, the real fun stuff. August 24th, 2022. Olivia Wilde calls Florence Pugh extraordinary and shuts down clickbait rumors.
At this
Um,
point, she knows that like she probably has something out there that is her like bad mouthing like Florence Pugh. And so
right,
she's
right.
like, I've got to like hype her up just
Plus,
in case.
there's rumors that came around that comment that Harry Styles was paid 3 times more than Florence Pugh, but Olivia Wilde calls those rumors clickbaity, which
Is
okay,
that
that's a bad fucking look if your boyfriend makes 3 times more than like an actual actress, like a really reputable actress.
sorry? I'm just reading through this. Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
No, if it's different, like you kind of have to kind of take a bigger picture of if it's Leonardo DiCaprio versus pick a fucking actress. Like,
France McDormand.
yeah, like does that make sense? Like name brand wise, why they would be paid? Francis McDormand's maybe not,
That's not a good. Yeah, that's not a good
not a
example.
good
Let's say
example.
okay. Let's say like uh Denzel Washington opposite like I don't know, the girl from uh who's Mark Princeton's wife?
Oh, I was gonna say Claire Mulligan,
Carey Mulligan.
Harry Mulligan.
Yeah,
I
right.
was
So
gonna
like
say, I was gonna say Denzel Washington and the person that plays Shuri in Black Panther. Like
yes.
that's
Yeah.
a good comparison. Where Denzel Washington, because of name recognition, deserves to be paid 3.5 million or 3 times more than her. Where, sorry, Florence Pugh has a way better track record than Harry Styles at this moment.
Well, maybe we're not being fair
Acting wise.
though, because like you can't only consider the like acting aspect of it. Like, sure, if Florence Pugh only in the movie realm is probably more renowned than Harry Styles, but if you take into account everything Harry Styles does in his fucking insane following from One Direction and his like uh kind of solo
Yes.
tour, then like he probably does far overshadow Florence Pugh. But in no world should he be making 3 times more. Like I think it would be like somewhat of a story if they were making the same amount of money, right? Because
But
like
it you have to include in there that he's probably boning the director.
That too.
That's where it changes. If you have a romantic involvement with the director and all of a sudden you're making 3 times more than the actress who has a proven track record of acting,
Of
that's
like acting in Oscar
yes.
nominated winning fucking movies. Yeah.
Then if you take that bit out, then it's like, all right, well, yeah, it's Harry Styles. Like he's just a world renowned singer. He is one of the top people entertainment wise. Makes a little bit more sense, but like when you throw that in, it's just like, no, that's fucking shitty. Like he probably got that because he was with Olivia Wilde.
Yeah, it's
That
partially
fair? Probably
because
not, but
it was Olivia Wilde, and partially just because like, you know, his agent said, look, you're getting like one of the biggest pop stars in the world right now. He needs to be making X amount of money. And Florence Pugh probably didn't have that heft of representation in the negotiation.
yeah. All right, so
And probably had her salary negotiated when it was opposite Shia LaBeouf, not Harry Styles, the biggest fucking pop star in the world. Anyways, let's move on. August 24, 2022, Olivia Wilde says she fired Shia LaBeouf to protect the set from combative energy. Sure, whatever. August 26, 2022, Shia LaBeouf denies Olivia Wilde's claim that he was fired. Then, okay, so we're about to get into the Venice Film Festival with the next one.
which I want to touch on this real fast.
Here, let me read what Shia has said in his email.
Okay.
It says, I know that you're beginning your press run for Don't Worry Darling, and the news of my firing is attractive clickbait, as I still persona non grata and may remain as such for the rest of my life. But speaking of my daughter, and I often think about the news articles she will read when she is literate, and though I owe and she will owe for the rest of my life, and though I owe and will owe for the rest of my life, I only owe for my actions. He concluded in the email, fire me never took place, Olivia, and while I fully understand the attractiveness of pushing that story because of the current social landscape, the social currency that it brings is not the truth. So I humbly asking as a person with an eye toward making things right that you correct the narrative as best you can. I hope none of this negatively affects you and your film is successful in all the ways you want it to be. So, okay. So he kind of like, you know, clacks back a little bit and says like, look, you didn't fire me. He didn't really explain like what happened, but at the very least, he wants it known that like he wasn't fired for poor behavior.
Yeah, it was not him at all. It was, which that makes me believe, make me think, what was going on with Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles before this? Like, why did she really want him there?
Right. Yeah. Okay, now we're getting into the film festival. September 5th, 2022, Florence Pugh skips Don't Worry Darling press at Venice Film Festival, where Olivia Wilde sidesteps questions about the rumors.
Oh, wait, does this not include the video?
What video?
So, yeah, they there was a video that came out of what's her name? Olivia Wilde basically calling Shia LaBeouf and saying Miss Flo's gonna have to suck it up. Basically saying like in this video, like basically saying that like she wanted Shia LaBeouf to be on the film.
Who Florence Pugh did?
Olivia Wilde.
Olivia Wilde. Okay, yeah. Nothing. There's nothing in here about that yet. Hold on.
Because it was before Venice.
Yeah, they don't say anything about it in this article.
Yeah, Olivia Wilde begs Shia LaBeouf to stay on Don't Worry Darling in leaked video.
Okay. All right. All right. So then the same day, Florence Pugh and Olivia Wilde pose for a cast photo on the red carpet. And then the juiciest part of this fucking thing, fans dissect a viral clip of Harry Styles and Chris Pine at the premiere. All eyes were on the cast as they headed to the film's premiere, with fans and critics dissecting videos and photos from the screening for potential signs of conflict. The internet was abuzz after a clip began circulating. It was Styles taking a seat next to Pine, with some users theorizing that Watermelon Sugar singer spit on the actor as he sat down. A rep for Chris Pine said, just to be clear, Harry Styles did not spit on Chris Pine. There's nothing but respect between these two men. Yeah, and any suggestion otherwise is a blatant attempt to create drama that simply does not exist. Okay, so if you watch this clip, I'm sure everyone has seen this clip. If you like,
Yeah.
if you're paying attention, he 100%
Spit
spit
on
on
him.
Chris Pine. There's no
There's no fucking
doubt.
way he didn't spit on him.
Yeah,
Like, it is so blatantly clear, not only from his like movement, but from the way that Chris Pine reacted.
yep.
He spit on him. There's no way that didn't happen. And it's ridiculous. And I mean, it's not
And
ridiculous.
this was, and
A PR person would come out and be like, yeah, he didn't happen.
of course, what isn't mentioned in this article too is that I'm pretty sure Chris Pine or somebody like attributed this statement to Chris Pine, but like allegedly he said something to the effect that he was concerned with the behavior between Harry Styles and the director of the movie, that they were like running off and spending all the time together in their trailer in between
Yeah.
takes and shit like that. And so the theory goes that Harry Styles was pissed off that someone was talking shit about his relationship with Olivia Wilde on set, and so for retribution, he spit on Chris Pine at the premiere. Which, like, what the fuck?
It's one of the most insane like parts of any movie I've ever seen where just watch the video and you know exactly what has just happened. You
Yeah,
also
if
have
you just watch it 2 or 3 times and like really pay attention to everything, it's super clear that he spit on Chris Pine.
I don't
Like
I but it's funny because like the Harry stands were just like, no, he didn't do that. Like he would never do that. And it's like there's video, dude. Like it's clear
not
as
only is there video, but he like pretty much there's pure confirmation that he like slept with a married woman. So like,
yeah,
you think it's up in the air that he spit on someone? I don't know.
100% no. But and so like that all leads us to this coming Thursday. This movie
But we
drop.
got one more. We got a couple more.
Okay.
Real quick. We jump to September 8th. Olivia Wilde doubles down on her claim that she fired Shia LaBeouf. And she said, my responsibility was towards Florence. I'm like a mother wolf. Making the call was tricky, but in a way he understood. I don't think it would have been a process he enjoyed. He comes at his work with an intensity that can be combative. Then oh, she also said the complete horseshit idea that I left Jason for Harry is completely inaccurate. Our relationship was over long before I met Harry. Same day, Olivia Wilde says she and Florence Pugh worked very well together. Wilde addressed the baseless behind-the-scene rumors surrounding her relationship with Pugh in the "Don't Worry, Darling" set. She says Florence Pugh's performance in the film was astounding. Also shut down any speculation that she was distracted on set by her relationship with Styles or that Pugh had to direct herself at times. The idea that I had 5 seconds in the day to be distracted by anything is laughable. I was there before everyone, I was there after everyone, and it was a dream. It's not like this work was not enjoyable. It was just all encompassing, she explained. And that is the culmination of this article. I think it leaves out actually a lot of the more kind of juicier stuff, but that it probably is a more concise explanation of everything that is confirmed and came directly from any of the party's actual mouth.
like what does Florence Pugh have for making up any of this? Like what does she have to gain making up anything? Like yeah, I basically had to direct myself on certain parts of this film. Like nothing.
Right.
Nothing to gain.
It would even be like the opposite of that. She would actually be kind of like making herself look bad by saying that, because you know, in a lot of future directors' eyes, it's basically her saying like, look, I had criticisms of the director, and not only did I have criticisms of the director, I'm also airing that dirty laundry like in the press
For
like
everybody to see.
for everyone to see. And like, yeah, I think that would be a negative for anyone wanting to hire her in the future. So I think that's bullshit. The whole to be devil's advocate here though,
Yeah.
like I do think it is kind of weak shit that she like set out of the press junket. Like
But
it
like, what would that have helped at that point?
it wouldn't. I don't think it would have helped anything like in regards to the whole like relationship between her and the director and all that bullshit. But I mean, she does have a responsibility to the movie to just like do the
True.
press junket, answer the questions about the movie, give her background and her context in making the movie and promoting the movie. Like,
Yeah.
it's really interesting to hear all of the actors and actresses and producers and directors, kind of behind the scenes like take of what happened on the movie. She doesn't have to talk about any of the drama, but like do the press junket. Like kind of that's I see that as part of their jobs. Like part of their jobs is promoting the movie and like going through the rigors of doing the press. And it's I don't know. I think it's unfortunate that, again, it doesn't look good for her for future movies that she was unwilling to fulfill kind of a basic part of the job.
Of her job.
Yeah, and I really just don't think it's a good look for her. It kind of, makes her out to be the bad guy when really, she kind of probably ate a lot of shit in this whole process and doesn't need to be, making the situation any worse for herself.
What was your excitement
Which
level?
is easy for me to say, whatever. Like,
Yeah. What was your excitement level for this movie before you heard about all the drama?
I don't know. On a scale of the 10, like maybe a 6 or 7.
What's
Yeah,
it right? What's it right now with this movie 2 days away?
I don't think it's changed at all, honestly.
Really
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I'm a little bit less excited, right? Because
interesting. Okay.
like the premiere has happened, the reactions have come out. Like I was more hopeful for like the quality of the movie before all this shit happened, because all the
Yeah.
drama of the Venice Film Festival happened, and on top of that, like the reviews haven't been good.
No, they have not
So
been good at all. And
like
supposedly it's just the ending. Like the ending of the movie is not great. So that's
yeah.
what's got me really worried.
And I haven't read any of the reviews, and I haven't like read any of the spoilers, anything like that. I've just heard like murmurings around the reviews and around the Rotten Tomato score. So,
Yeah.
um, I am excited to see it, but like, if I was at a 7 excitement level before all this bullshit, like I'm probably at like a 6 now. So
Okay. No, I'm very intrigued to see this movie. I'm excited to see it on Thursday. We'll have a full reaction to it on Monday. Let you guys know what we're thinking on this movie. But it's time to get into some dragon talk, Ryan. You, from what I'm hearing, did not enjoy the fourth episode, but the fifth episode you quite enjoyed. So, real fast, what about the fourth episode did you not like, other than
okay,
Arkansas talk?
what? Oh, I got you. Okay. So I'll read the synopsis real quick straight off the Wikipedia page, and then I'll
Perfect.
kind of like talk about what I didn't like, which is it's gonna be very brief. Rhaenyra, on a months-long tour for consort, meets and rejects countless suitors. She returns to King's Landing just as Prince Daemon arrives from the Stepstones on his dragon Caraxes. Named the King of the Narrow Sea, Daemon swears allegiance to King Viserys and hands over his crown. As the reunited brothers celebrate, Queen Alicent confides her loneliness to Rhaenyra. After dark, Rhaenyra and Daemon sneak off to explore King's Landing. They drink, attend a body play, and visit a brothel where Daemon seduces a willing Rhaenyra, though he abandons her before they have sex.
Because
Returning
he's
to the
impotent.
is he? Is that what's going down?
Some there. I'll lay out why I think that. But go ahead.
Okay, that's not what I got from that scene. But I gotcha. Returning to the Red Keep, Rhaenyra seduces Sir Criston. A spy informs Sir Otto, who tells the king about Daemon and Rhaenyra's carousing. Alicent overhears and privately questions Rhaenyra, who denies having sex with Daemon. The king confronts a disheveled and hungover Daemon, who seemingly confirms accusations and proposes he wed Rhaenyra. Viserys claims Daemon only wants the crown, then exiles him to the Vale. To avoid scandal and strengthen the throne, Viserys orders Rhaenyra to marry Sir Laenor Velaryon. Viserys dismisses Sir Otto's hand after Rhaenyra's allegation that Otto manipulates the king for personal gain. Grand Maester Melos gives Rhaenyra a precautionary abortifacient tea.
A really weird way of saying that, but yeah,
apparently there's a whole Wikipedia page about that, which is fun.
that's
Anyways,
not going down that rabbit hole.
no. Okay, so my issue with this episode was just it was boring as fuck. I mean, nothing really happened. Like,
not jack shit happened.
Not jack shit that was actually of importance happened at all. Like in game, like in the main Game of Thrones series, like you would have off episodes where like it was kind of filler and there wasn't much excitement and like blah blah blah. But I mean, like this was way under that, and
it was such a boring ass episode.
Yeah, and it really feels like instead of having kind of like an off episode and then a really banger of an episode, we pretty much just had like 4 straight like lead up episodes that have all been like really minor happenings and nothing like that really is going to get your heart pounding, like we'll talk about in episode 5. And I get it, it does progress the story in that like it pushes Viserys to kind of force Rhaenyra to take a suitor, to agree to marry the
Valerian son,
blonde dude. Like I get it. It progresses the story. It has some interesting plot points. I kind of would have wished that they like again, and I don't know if this is like part of the books or what creative licenses are taking here, but it would have been more interesting to me if Daemon and Rhaenyra had ended up together and they had like kind of gone down that route. It's very clear from episode 5 and then the preview trailer after episode 5 that like that's definitely not fucking happening. Like legitimately, it's not happening legitimately. They're not getting married. They're not gonna like what? It's an audio podcast, Alex. You have to.
There are things coming that is going to happen that, according to the lore of Game of Thrones, if they really go down that road, that is where that ends up.
Okay. Well, okay, major spoilers here, like for episode 5 and the preview trailer. But from watching the trailer, it seemed to me like they were doing this whole thing where like she was married, but like all of her children, it's kind of going to be like a Jaime Lannister situation where
100%.
She's married, but all of her children are with her uncle Daemon, but she's still like legitimately married to the other guy, to the Prince Valerian.
And why would they not have legitimate children?
Because Prince Valerian is gay as fuck.
Yes.
Yeah. My point was like I would have liked to see like Daemon and Rhaenyra like actually get married and like that be blessed by the king, and like they just continue they're just like, hey, fuck everybody, we're continuing the tradition of House Targaryen. But that definitely isn't happening, right? They're definitely not going to get married, but
they might get married, but it will not be blessed by fucking anybody, and it will not be something that will give them the ability for her to be queen.
And it will be after her marriage ends or whatever happens with her first marriage, right?
Yeah, with Laenor, I think is the guy's name.
Okay.
Okay,
so why do you wait, sorry, go ahead.
No, I thought the 4th episode, it was one of those ones where I was just like, this is boring as hell. Like, I'm just gonna skip a couple of seconds ahead, see like if anything else happens, and just like nothing happened in that episode. It was just all filler shit to get to the point of where episode 5 picks up. And episode 5 picks up and it is a doozy of an episode.
Yeah. Okay. So real quick before I hit the synopsis for episode 5, why did you think Damon was impotent?
So there's a scene in episode 4 when they go to the brothel and he kind of stops everything
Yeah.
before it really happens. And then or in episode 5 at the very beginning, you meet Damon's wife, Lady Rhea, who's like, we never consummated this marriage. Like, this has never happened. So there's a thought out there that maybe he's impotent, maybe he's not really able to have sex, because there's been multiple moments. And then earlier in the season, he's in the brothel and he's getting frustrated as he's like fucking whores, and he like isn't able to really do anything. So there's been a couple moments now where it's kind of poking at the idea that maybe he's not really able to like get it up.
Okay. So my reading of it was, at least in the scene in episode 4 where he walks away from Rhaenyra, that he like kind of realized the implications of actually going ahead with that. Like, it would, if the king found out, he'd probably be fucking dead.
Yeah.
Like,
well, yeah, that for sure.
So that was my reading of that. And then like the whole deal with like the prostitute and his wife, my reading of that was, for whatever reason, he's like not sexually attracted to anybody other than like his like his kin. Like he can't get it up for anyone who's not Targaryen, has the silver hair, like
Yeah.
that like he is so like obsessed with the tradition of House Targaryen that he literally can't like sleep with anybody else.
I could see that. Yeah, I would buy into that, because it's very obvious within the like House Targaryen that they like incest is best type thing. And so I would buy into that idea for sure.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see, because clearly, again, spoilers, if we're saying that Damon starts fathering children with Rhaenyra, like either he gets over his impotence, or like my theory is right, where he just can only
Can
have sex with his
only have kids, have sex with somebody within his own family.
Yeah.
Which, Jesus Christ, that's Game of Thrones as fuck.
Chill the fuck out, HBO.
Chill the fuck out, George R.R. Martin. What the fuck?
This is true. Yeah. This
Good
has
Lord.
little to do with HBO.
HBO is in those meetings just like, they're gonna do what now?
No.
They all fuck each other.
Let's be real. HBO read that, instead of being like, "Oh God, like get this shit away from us." They're just throwing hundreds of millions of dollars at this shit to put it on the screen.
More of that Alabama shit. Give it.
Okay, so episode 5, returning to Runestone, Damon murders his wife, Leda Ray Royce. In the
it doesn't actually say that.
It straight up does. I kid you not.
That's amazing.
Literally the first line of the synopsis for episode 5 goes, returning to Runestone, Damon murders his wife, Leda Ray Royce.
The only way that's more accurate if it's just like, Damon straight up murders his wife.
Is Game of Thrones a prequel to Succession now? Like, confirmed?
I mean, there's an argument to be made that Succession is just a modern version of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but this lady's last name is Royce. Anyway.
But
they're Roy, right?
Yeah, they're Roy. But Roy Star, but yeah.
Whatever. Okay, in the Driftmark, King Viserys arranges a marriage between Rhaenyra and Sir Laenor, mollifying Lord Corlys Velaryon. Rhaenyra understands Laenor's sexual orientation, gay, and proposes they perform the royal duties while having lovers. Before leaving King's Landing, Sir Otto warns Queen Alicent that if Rhaenyra becomes queen, Alicent's children would be considered a threat to the throne. Alicent discreetly questions Sir Criston about Rhaenyra and Daemon, only to learn Criston was the princess's lover. At a celebratory feast, Alicent enters the hall during the king's speech, purposely wearing a green gown. House highlights her signal color for a call to arms. Sir Gerald Royce claims Daemon murdered his cousin, Leda Rhea. Daemon denies it and demands his late wife's lands. Laenor's lover, Sir Joffrey Loudmouth, that's appropriate, surmises that Sir Kristen loves Rhaenyra and smugly suggests they guard each other's secrets. Kristen,
Not a
conflicted
smart move there, bro.
no, not a good move. Kristen, conflicted over breaking his knightly vows, is infuriated and fatally beats Joffrey. Laenor is openly devastated by Joffrey's death. Rhaenyra and Laenor are privately wed. A frail Viserys collapses immediately after. As Kristen is about to commit suicide over his misdeed, Alicent intervenes. Okay.
This is where I have to make a confession.
Okay.
I did some research and read into the backstory of certain characters on Game of Thrones. Basically, Sir Kristen Cole becomes like Alicent's bitch.
Okay.
And at some point
In the book.
in the stories that like George R. Martin has written. So
This
at
fucking
this,
guy, I swear to God.
yeah, at a certain point, he becomes Hand of the King. Like he is one of the most influential, Sir Christian Cole, influential people in the realm. Basically brought up by Rhaenyra, fucked by Rhaenyra, fucked again metaphorically by Rhaenyra, thrown away by Rhaenyra, now picked up by Alicent, and then risen to Hand of the King.
Wait, does it become Hand of the King for the current king?
No.
Okay.
Something
Okay.
else later.
Okay. Yeah, no, don't let's not go that far. Let's
No, but that's what I'm finding very interesting about this show right now is there's a very laid out like blueprint of where this show is going, and they're very methodically, even if they've had these like time jumps, getting to that point. And now we're at this moment where I thought Sir Christian Cole was about to fucking harakiri himself.
yeah, I really thought he was gonna Harry. It was funny because Marina's like, is he gonna Harry carry himself? And he was literally gonna seppuku himself.
Yeah, he was
Like,
about to like fuck himself up. And it was like at the last moment, Allison Hightower walks out and finds him about to do this and stops him.
yeah.
And no, I'm as disinteresting as episode 4 was, episode 5 made up for it and then just went above and beyond for me. Like I thought episode 5 was absolutely kick ass.
Yes.
Cool.
No, this was like, okay, so I think we've been doing ratings for each episode so far.
Yeah.
Like I would have to rate episode 4 at like a 2.75 or a 3, something like that. And if I had to rate like episode 5, I think was up there with like the top 5 to 10 episodes of Game of Thrones ever. Like the way they built that final scene up, like non-verbally, and just how they tracked through the crowd of the dinner party, how the music crescendoed to the point where like Sir Kristen just lays the fucking wood on Laenor's boyfriend.
Joffrey, I think.
Yeah, Joffrey Lawnmouth. I mean, it was fantastic. I would like have to rate that episode at like a 4.5, I think, out of 5, right?
I'd put that one at a 4.5. I'd probably put the other one at like a 2.5, but you basically had back-to-back intro scenes where Alicent is introduced into the hall and Daemon is in, or I guess Daemon went before her. Both those scenes were such like high stakes, just jaw dropping, stomach clenching scenes that you're like, I don't know what the hell is about to happen. Like those were incredibly well done scenes.
Well, even like the whole like third of the episode, because that scene starts with the Driftmark house coming in. So
Yeah,
the Sir Lane, like that was fucking cool as shit. We're like,
which
they came in. Yeah, they came in, then Damon came in, then Alicent came in. Like all of that was just like incredibly well done. And then like you had just this like masterful build up to, and the way they tracked around the crowd, and then like like very specifically focused on certain people, you had no idea what was about to happen. Like you
None.
were like, I don't know if someone from Allison's camp is about to kill Laner. I don't know if someone's gonna kill Rhaenyra. I don't know if like so the king's about to fucking die. No idea what's about to happen here.
Which then you had the fucking like straight up death scene, and then the fucking king collapses, and you're like,
Right.
oh, he's fucking dead. Like it was
And
just
even the way
craziness.
when the shit went down, even the way they obscured what was happening, because all of a sudden the crowd
Oh
went to a
yeah,
frenzy, and the redcoats came in to like break shit up, and then you finally focus in to see that like Sir
mean gold
Kristen.
cloaks.
No, isn't there like the separate? You have the Knights Guard, and then I guess it is the Gold Cloaks,
Yeah,
but they were wearing red because they're serving House
yeah.
Targaryen.
Okay, sorry.
Um, yeah, and dude, like you finally get to the point where like, okay, Sir Kristen is like beating the shit out of him. Like the dude he's beating the shit out pulls a knife, he blocks a knife, and he crushes his face. I thought they were gonna go with a callback to uh what's his fucking name? Jesus Christ. Remember
Oh,
this
Pedro Pascal's character.
Pedro Pascal getting his eyes just gouged out of his face. But that basically happened. So I mean the entire like end to the episode was just amazing. Like this
Pure
is like exactly why you watch Game of Thrones. Like this, it was funny to like because Marina hadn't seen like any of the original Game of Thrones series, and like at the end of the Game of Thrones, at the end of episode 5, like you could legitimately turn to her and be like, "Hey, this is why you fucking watch Game of Thrones. This is like
Game of Thrones right here.
this is how you like you just tap your fucking vein to like shoot it right in. This is like peak Game of Thrones."
Do you are you worried? I don't know if that's the right way to preface this, but like worried about missing the actresses that played Rhaenyra and Allison Hightower.
Absolutely not, because I have like 100% confidence in HBO
Okay.
to like those actresses. We didn't know them before episode 1. Like I'm very very confident in the fact that they know what they're doing and like have um just as capable performers
People coming up.
ready to go for episode 6 through 10. It
Yeah.
does kind of, I mean, it does kind of suck that like it's a full, we only got 5 episodes with those actresses, and it's kind of like a catch 22 because like if they had kept those actresses and done 10 episodes in that time period, would we just have gotten more filler episodes without a lot of shit going down? Or but then it is shitty that we don't get them for more episodes, but we may get more, kind of intriguing episodes and storylines as we get further down the timeline, right? So I think things are really going to heat up as like the Targaryen Civil War really pops off, and like I'm pretty sure that I'm hopeful and pretty confident that the back half of the season is going to be far, far more entertaining, or at least kind of action packed than the first half was.
Yeah, we're getting very close to a civil war, and it's gonna be fucking crazy when it hits. Like I think we're getting to a point where all the pieces are kind of moving into place. We're gonna get some real action soon. So I'm super stoked on this show, and I'm liking that we're doing it every week and just getting together and watching it. So
Yeah, what was your kind of ratings for these?
I'll go with like a 4.5 for what was it for episode
5.
5, and I would probably say 2.5, 2.75 for episode 4.
Okay.
I thought, like I said, the fourth episode, I was just like, I don't care about this. Like let's just skip forward. 4.5, I was locked in almost every moment. I thought the fucking ending of that was some of the best that I've seen in this show and in the Game of Thrones. Maybe not Red Wedding style, but they obviously had an idea to pull out the stops on a wedding scene, and they did a really, really good job of it. And so I've really enjoyed this show so far, and they've exceeded my expectation. Have they exceeded your expectations to this point?
No.
Why is that?
I mean, I haven't seen anything that's like would my because my expectations were based off like what Game of Thrones was on average throughout the
Okay.
6 seasons, right?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So like it hasn't really hit my expectations for what it could be or
Yeah.
what Game of Thrones was at its best. Um, but like it is very close, especially after episode 5.
Yeah.
Like I think we're 90% of the way there in terms of like getting to the point where I think a Game of Thrones show should be.
But no, I think we're getting pretty freaking close, and we'll be back with episode 6 next week, as well as a breakdown of Don't Worry, Darling, the Olivia
Yeah.
Wilde movie. I cannot
And
wait
then
to watch that.
Alex will eventually catch up on Lord of the Rings so we can start reviewing that. Because I was hoping we'd be able to review both of those as
How
we
many
went.
episodes are there now?
4.
Okay, I'll blow through one of them tonight, and I'll make sure we're caught up next week so we can talk through that as well.
Because, I don't want to like kind of put you down, but Lord of the Rings is fucking better than House of the Dragon.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I'll catch up on it. I'll get to it this weekend end. But
Okay.
Ryan, this was a fun episode.
So much, yeah, super fun.
This
Always
next
enjoy. What's up?
this next episode will be live, so we don't have moments like that. We can be together and hug and cuddle
Yes.
with your doggo.
Eat more chili.
Yes. Oh my god, it's so good. But
It's only gonna get better too, because it gets better as it gets colder outside.
oh my god, seriously though. But everybody, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Furloughed Film Talks podcast. We'll be back with more Game of Thrones, maybe a little Lord of the Rings, and a lot of Don't Worry, Darling next episode. But thank you for checking this episode out, and we will talk with you next week.
Adios, amigos.